Hey guys, themtgnoob here, back with ya. This is not one hell of a pack. The options are the Wolf Hunter's Quiver, and Gather the Townfolk. I don't really like anything else. Of course, we have Lost in the Woods. Curse of Thirst is terrible. I mean, we could take a Scorned Villager, but I don't really like playing green. I mean, it's okay with white. It's between the Quiver and the Townfolk. I think I'm just gonna take the Quiver. See where we're at with that. This is my final draft. Um, and we're trying to, you know, kind of out with the old, in with the new. All right, so we have a choice here. We have three really good cards. Once again, I'm going to pass the Mythic because I don't like it. We could take an Immerwolf, but that kind of commits us to green-red, or a Captain. Take a Hollowhenge Spirit and just pass them both. We already passed Gather Townfolk. I think maybe I'll try to take the Immerwolf for a change. Um, Let other people fight over the captain and the white card and probably Wild Hunger down the road. So even though we just passed up a decent green card, we'll take that and see what happens. Okay, so a few things. I used to like this card a lot. I think it's not as good anymore. Um, if we're going to try to stay in green, this is perfectly fine. Just a bear. It doesn't get a buff, but it's also good against us. We could take Rack with Madness, but I don't really like that card. Sometimes things just have higher toughness. Okay. And now the black is flowing and the white. I'm not going to take a Faithless Looting. I guess I'll take Tragic Slip over Boneflinger since it's a better splash. Okay, gladly take a Burning Oil. I don't know what's happening. These packs are a little bit weird. I would maybe take the Deserter or the Recluse if the oil wasn't here, but the oil is in color and easy to splash the flashback. It's just a good card overall. Okay, so, it's going okay so far. Another rack, some black cards. I kind of like the Warlord. He's a little slow, but he definitely beats down when you're ahead, and you could just kind of steal games out of nowhere with him. You know, a 4/4 haste that says your best two guys can't block is usually pretty good. I don't see a lot of green flowing, so that might be a bit of a concern. So we got to keep our options open. Maybe in that pack, a person opened, something like a green or, a really good bomb in green. I was gonna originally, my thought processes was that they opened Garrick, but then I realized they had the blinding blade with us. Oh, that's a gift. Wish I could take up this old gal, but I'll take another Immerwolf. Okay, so kind of glad we took Immerwolf the first time around. Not saying it was the correct pick, but we're trying out different things since this is going to be our last Innistrad and Dark Ascension draft. Potentially. We never seem to open Dark Ascension well, I've noted. Like, I'm always hoping to open, like, a pretty sweet card, even if it's just, in the format of draft, and I end up opening, like, Lost in the Woods, and then Lost in the Woods. Okay. A lot of good stuff for us here. Deserter kills artifacts and flips, which is relevant. Bear is a good trick. Heckling Fiends is actually good, but we don't have anything to really want us to smash in. I'm going to fill out my 4 spot a little with the Deserter. He's also a werewolf, which, makes him a little bit more attractive with double Immerwolf. We want to snatch up all the werewolves we can get. We're hoping we get like maybe a mayor in the Innistrad packs or two. Some of the good werewolf guys. I wish we would have gotten open to Huntmaster. That would have made things very easy for us. But it's all good. Pack is looking pretty. Our deck's looking okay so far. Like, we'll hide this. Let's. Okay, don't like any of these. Guess we could take the Maddock. We could cut a mill card. This is going to be okay since usually our werewolves start out as humans, so I'll take another piece of equipment, but probably won't play it. Okay, oh my gosh. Why is this here? Okay, yep, gladly. Need more creatures, but looking like we have a pretty good deck so far. Gotta fill out the 2, the 1, the 4, the 5. It's still very early on, and we don't really have a lot of removal. If somehow those Rack with Madnesses came back, we'd be happy. Alright, this is a pick. We could take the Blood Feud or the Forge Devil. I think we're just gonna snatch up the Forge Devil because it's an early guy. I can throw things on it. I don't want to get blown out to this. I'm not going to play looting. Just take that. I could have taken the Blood Feud, but I don't want to end up having 2 6-drops in my deck if I'm trying to be like an aggressive werewolf deck. So that being said, that might have been wrong, but alas, we will carry on. It was one of those gotta do it fast picks, and I took the Forge Devil. Oh my god, did you see what just happened? I got a mild erection. Finally. Yay, us. If Garruk wasn't in the pack, maybe consider the Spider Spawning, the Harvest Fire, but the Pilgrim, but we're slamming a Garruk so fast. We are very pleased. I have a playset of Garruks if you watch any of my videos, but I do love me some Garruk. Okay, I think we take the Heretic's Punishment. I'm not 100% sure. We are weak to flyers, so the rig is a consideration. Slayer is also a consideration if we wanted to splash, but I don't think we want to mess up our mana base. Moon Mist might wheel, so that's an option, but I think we just take the Heretic's Punishment. It's very good. Slayer's my other consideration, and Geistcatcher's Rig is a close third, but I'm going to take the Heretic's Punishment. Fills out our curve, it's an alternate win condition, etc., etc. Okay, a lot of cards that aren't really for us. We don't want the Neonite. We don't want the Moon Mist. We don't have a lot of werewolves yet. I might take the Creepy Doll, just because the Creepy Doll is going to be hard for us to get through. And I'm not saying it really fits our deck. Like, if I had to take one, it'd probably be the Moon Mist or the Spidery Grasp. But I think I'm just going to snatch up the Creepy Doll. It does its thing. I'm not saying it does it well, but it does its thing. Okay, we'll take an Ironsmith here. We're passing a bunch of Spidery Grasps, so we gotta be conscientious of that. Ironsmith isn't great. He's kind of poopy, but he's good enough. Alright, we'll take a Boar. Don't really see anything else for us. It also fills out our 4-drop. Man, who's happy? It's like I just win. I get to be that guy for once. But our deck really isn't coming together. We have like not that many creatures. One of them's a Creepy Doll. So we're about half done with the draft. We have 25 picks left. And we gotta pick up some better stuff. I'd like to pick up some removal and some solid dudes. Seems like green and red are kind of being soaked up a little bit. We'll take some Heretic's Punishments or some Brimstone Volleys or, a ton of things. What's good is this is so good with this. Makes 3/3 wolves. Psh, nothing wrong with that. Like, brings Garrick back, like, when he used to make beasts. He's like, you know what? I feel like making some wolves. Nah, let's make some beasts. Come on, Picks. Let's do this thing. I don't know if we're going to be splashing for the burning oil. We might just play it and not have the white for the flashback. It's a consideration at the moment. Okay, this is a pack. Rage Thrower is good and hard for us to deal with, but this is just a 3-drop werewolf that kicks people's asses. Ambush Viper is also nice. Got to be conscientious of this Rolling Templar. I don't think we'll get anything back from this pack. Probably a Graveyard Shovel and the Forest, but still. If the Outlaw wasn't here, I would take up the Rage Thrower gladly. Okay. Crossway Vampires is a vampire. Woodland Sleuth I've never been a fan of. I'll just take the vampires. I don't know if I'm going to play it. Probably will play it. Okay, I don't think we're aggressive enough for this, and Pitchburn Devils does its thing at the 5-drop spot. Okay, so Mulch, Naturalize. Oh, what's that? Harvest Fire. Okay, yeah, we'll take that. See how I pretended to read the other cards there? But I wasn't really reading them. Sometimes, sometimes I just am clever. Alright, well, let's cut some things, like Favor of the Woods does not belong. Hunger of the Howl Pack probably doesn't belong. Yeah, we'll take a Moon Mist. Traitor's Blood was probably a close second. But if we really get a ton of werewolves, we could make Moon Mist very good. Kind of a blowout from time to time. We have 12 creatures. Probably not playing this Creepy Doll. Maybe I'll side it in. I don't think it's good enough. Main deck. It does kind of put a stop to them, but I don't think it's amazing. Crossway Vampire is a vampire, but whatever. Not much you could do about that. Do I want another Moon Mist? I mean, I don't think I want the vampire. Bramble Crush might be good. I think I'll take up the Moon Mist. And none of these things are good, but I don't want to lose to this card. So I'll hack it. Take this just in case my opponents are drafting mill. Oh, there we go. The Forest and the Graveyard Shovel. Okay, and let's see. Let's see if we could get lucky and maybe open another Garrick. Imagine, holy crap. That would be fantastical. Okay, so this is not another Garrick, but I think the pick is between the Cultist and the Mystics. I'm a big fan of the Mystics. It's also a werewolf, and it's very hard to deal with when it's a werewolf. So I'll just snatch that up. It also fills out our 4-drop a little bit better. Okay. Travel Prep is very nice, but I think I'm just going to snatch up the Ambush Viper. It's a pretty good trick. Travel Prep, I might be splashing the white for the burning oil already, but I think I need more guys. This guy's also acceptable, but might wheel. And I don't really see anything else for us. Plus, it'll help us get earlier on in the curve. Okay, in the past, I would love to slam this. I really like this card a lot. But as time went on, I've learned it's a little too slow for the format. We have villagers in the pack. I'm going to take the villagers. Okay, not really a hard pick. Another mystics. Sure. We're getting our good green flowing from our neighbor now, so I'm happy about that. Burial Rites is very good, but not really in our deck. Another Into the Maw of Hell. I think maybe I want the Blazing Torch. The Boar is fine as well, but I think I'm going to take the Torch over everything else. We're very weak to flyers, and Torch is good at hitting most flyers. Okay, Pilgrim's very nice, but we have a bunch of humans, and this guy is good at growing your guys, and he's kind of like a baby lord, so I'll take him. Our green is really filling in nicely, so I'm happy about that. I could take an Orchard Spirit, but I really like the Pariah. I think a 6/4 is actually very hard to deal with in this format. So now we have enough guys where we're going to be able to weed out the crappier guys, which is always nice. Villagers. We just don't have enough removal. So if somehow the Into the Maw of Hell's wheel, I'd be very pleased with that. Sorry, one of those longer picks. We have 7 picks left. So we're probably cutting Hunger of the Howl pack. Definitely cutting Vampiric Fury. Definitely cutting Graveyard Shovel. Probably cutting the Madoc. So I'm going to hide it. Do have enough humans to make it good now. Probably cutting the Creepy Doll. Oh, look at that. A cultist came back. Yep, I'll take it. Alright, we're getting a little heavy at the 4s, so we gotta be careful. Take an Outcast. Like, since we're getting heavy at the 4s, I might not play this Boar. And I don't know how many of these Moon Mists I'm gonna play. I'm probably not gonna play the Dryad. Probably not gonna play the Crossway Vampires. Definitely not gonna play the Creepy Doll. Might not play the Outcast or the Pitchburn Devils. Probably play the Warlord, though. Okay, Full Moon's Rise. Yep, definitely slamming that. That's actually even better, in my opinion, than Moon Mist. I'll take a Kindercatch. Not gonna play the Kindercatch, but I'll take it. Oh, this guy so stands in our way. So we'll do that. And Graveyard Shovel for the win. Okay, so we have a ton of cards. We have some very good ones. We're a little light on removal, so I'm kind of wishing I would have taken maybe the Blood Feud, maybe 1 or 2 of the Into Maw of Hells, but I think we have the advantage in the guys, so that should be good. Alright, let's play this, we'll play this, we'll play this. This is most likely in. Creepy Doll is probably not in. Heavy Maddox probably not in. This is in, this is in, this is in, this is not in. In, not in. In, probably. In, probably on the Pitchburn Devils. Okay, so that's 13 cards, and that's our stuff that's not green yet. So I like him, definitely. Wild Hunger is good. Both Villagers. Ambush Viper. And now we need 3 cards. Let's check. Okay, Hunger, no. Full Moon's Rise is probably in. We're very low on creatures at the moment, so believe it or not, Full Moon Rise might not make it. That's probably a consideration. Moon Mists, I like. Grizzled Outcasts. Is Grizzled Outcast better than Pitchburn Devils? I would think in this deck, having it is probably better. So let's consider that. And then I guess Cultist. Alright, this is 16 creatures, and we're not playing a lot of our good spells. So I'm totally okay with keeping Crossway Vampires in the board, okay with Creepy Doll in the board, okay with Matic in the board. A little sad about Pitchburn Devils in the board, so let's consider that. Boar is fine in the board. Kindercatch is fine in the board. Little sad about Moon Mist being in the board. Not completely heartbroken that this is in the board, but it's still a good dude, and sometimes Mize is. And I like Full Moon's Rise. So of these cards that are in the board, there's 4 of them that I would definitely consider playing. Now let's see if we would consider playing them over any of the other cards. This guy is very good. This guy's okay. I think he's better than Pitchburn Devils. I don't want 3/5 drops. So I think Pitchburn Devils has got to hit the road. Okay. Cultist is very good. Good. Both good. Deserter's okay. When he flips, he's awesome. So I'm keeping all my 4s. All my 3s are better than any 3s here. Now let's look at my 2s and my 1s. Burning Oil is very good. Harvest Fire is very good. Ironsmith is okay. If he flips, he basically is going to be a 4/2. So I'm going to keep him. Ambush Viper and Captain. These are all better than the Dryad, I would think. So the Dryad could go on the curb. Now I don't know if I really want to play Quiver. I think it's good. It gives late game. It's good against our deck. I like it. I like Torch. Forge Devil's okay. I think we don't really need the Forge Devil because of the fact that if I'm gonna cut something, I'm gonna cut the Quiver or the Forge Devil and probably play the Full Moon's Rise. So let me just make sure we have enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 guys that would benefit from Full Moon's Rise or Moon Mist. But this is only good when they're werewolves, but having Trample is good. And look, this guy's a werewolf and a human. This guy's a human werewolf. Yeah, we're playing the Full Moon Rise. Now it's a matter of, do we want Forge Devil? Do we want a Quiver? Do we want a Moon Mist? Because we can keep one of these. I think Moon Mist is probably the biggest blowout. But then again, we're only playing 15 guys, but they're all very strong. There were a lot of Delvers going around, and we don't have a lot of ways to deal with a flip Delver. We do have Garrick Fight. No, I think we have enough ways to deal with it. Alright, I think this is what I'm going to run. It might be a little bit off. Let me just pull it down so you could see it. Moon Mist. Okay. So at our 2s, we're a little light, but we have good removal for the early game. 3s, we have a Wild Hunger. 4s, we have a Garrick. 5s, we have a Punishment. So I think this is where our deck is at. I think it looks very good. I'm not too sure if I should be playing Moon Mist and Full Moon's Rise. We have 9 guys that benefit from it, so they seem warranted. In the board, the only thing I'm really sad to see is the Quiver and the Forge Devil since it's so good at killing things early on. Also a little sad that this young lady's in the board. I kind of feel like maybe I should be playing her, but she is a Dryad and that doesn't really do anything, and there's nothing in the deck I would want to cut over her. So we're going to run this. I'll add lands. I have a feeling they're going to suggest 9-8. Yep, 9-8. So we'll do 8-8 plains. I mean, this plains is probably never getting there. Is it worth screwing up our mana base just for this? Probably not, but I don't think it makes that much of an impact where we shouldn't have the plains. Right, so that's our deck. We have a very good curve. Little weak early on. Tempted to maybe take out this cultist, but I think this is how we're going to run it. So as always, thanks for watching. I'll bring you around one shortly, and please subscribe.